heartburn, and there's even like a edema in my bone marrow. Who knew? A lot of people are like, how have you been going along with this? And here's the truth of it. I have an autoimmune condition, Hashimoto's, maybe more, we'll find out soon, that make kind of joint pain a regular occurrence of my day. I don't love it, but there is no day that doesn't include a little bit of pain. And so certainly there have been days where my foot has been unbearable and I've just kind of rested and done that, but I kind of chalked it up to overworking it. Where I am now is like if I don't rest it, I'm gonna end up in surgery. We don't want that. So here's what's gonna happen. I am going to take Monday's class off the schedule just to give myself a little rest and treat my mental health. And I will encourage you, I might actually upload a class for you that morning. I'll go ahead and do that. Actually, what I can do is I'll stream a recorded class and I'll chat with you during it, okay? That sounds good. And then today, we're just gonna work the boot. We're just gonna work the boot. Yeah, want indeed. All right, we're all here. So we're going to do a happy hips class. The deal is that I'm only supposed to be on the foot for 3,000 steps a day. Let me see where I am. I'm already at 22-24, and that's without walking the dog or anything like that. I have this super fancy crutch. You'll see it on Instagram if you go. But for now, we're gonna start down on the mat. We're gonna have a great happy hips class. I've gone ahead, I have a 5-pound, no, that's the 3, that's the 5. It's hard to tell how much this weighs. I don't remember. But anyway, I've got a great playlist for us. We're gonna do some happy hips movement. We're gonna warm up our spine. We're gonna feel fan flipping-tastic after this class because I need it and I think you need it too. So let's begin sitting in this very awkward diamond. And use a pillow or sit in a chair if you need a little extra lift for your hips. We're just gonna bring the arms down by your side, sit up as tall as you possibly can, and then let's lift the shoulders up to the ears and then slide them down and back. The one thing that I continue to remind myself is that there are more options than just standing. Surprisingly, I've been able to find a lot of them with the legs, so I'll share those with you in the coming weeks. Hopefully 3 to 4 weeks. I don't know if I can wear that shoe at the wedding. I can wear one of them. One more time, lift it up. Good, bring it down. Let's just take a forward fold, rounding over all the way. Take a deep breath here. Feel the fold in the front of your hips, the stretch in your back. And then as you're rolling up, think about pressing your back up against an imaginary or maybe an actual wall. Lift your heart a little bit. Come back to center with your shoulders up. Reach them down and out. Forward fold, round over. Good. Take a breath here. Start to roll up slowly, bringing the spine to a nice tall position. A little back bend, using your arms for support if you can, or if you need to. One more time like that. Shoulders up, shoulders down and out, reaching out with those arms and then rounding over all the way forward. Stretch. Rolling up through the spine, sitting nice and tall, and then high lift with your chest and come back to center. We're going to take a side bend, go all the way over to the side. Breathing here. Come up through center. And then going to the other side. Big stretch. Good. All the way up to center. And again, reaching over. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. It's hard to hold my foot in the same position. And then go over to the other side. Yeah, that feels a little more balanced. I feel like I'm going to fall over. Good. All right, let's go over to the right side again. We're gonna take the arm and sweep it forward. Just turn your chest to your thigh and then continue to draw a circle to come all the way up and around. Do another one of those circles here, rounding over. Reach, good. Open it up. And come all the way back to center and go to the other side. reach your arms forward. And all the way. Thank you, Colleen. I'm reading your comment. Do 2 more circles. I will not be doing plasma injections as of yet, but it's because I'm under like strict orders. Take your arms out to the side. Round, hug, and rock yourself backwards. So we're creating a little C here, opening up the hip joint, and then we're gonna open the arms and lift the chest to the top. And then again, hug round. Keep having this little wire escape here, and then reach up. Yeah, so the deal is, if I can stay off of it as much as possible, I can do whatever I want. I'm going to see Brandi Carlile tonight with a crutch. Let's do 2 more here, rounding. So the idea is if I can stay off of it for 3 weeks, she thinks it'll heal up a good deal. And then I can go to physical therapy and get strong. And then we're gonna get right back on that rebounder because, one more time, rounding. Little lower abdominal activity. Reach all the way out. Bring your arms all the way down. Now, we're gonna take this right leg, and if you're wearing an ankle weight, just be mindful that you need to work the bigger muscles. We're just gonna come and fold it like that. Lean into the left hip, pick it up, and bring it back down with control, that kind of flop down. So lean into the right hip and lower. I feel like this boot might be a little lighter. Maybe I'm just used to it. Good. So, little dynamic warm up for the hips. Getting into that place where we're starting to juice up the joints a little bit. We're gonna work a little bit more intensely in the hips today, so hopefully it works for you. As you get a little more comfortable, I want you to just shift side to side. See how I'm just kind of rocking from one hip over to the other hip to make it a little easy, but then we shift into that hip to press it down. So rock over and then press. Rock over and place to rock over and press. Rock over. One more time each side. This is also kind of a neat way to work out the glutes. Roll them. If you don't like a foam roller, I do not like a foam roller. All right, good. So from here, I'm gonna scoot back a little bit. Sitting up nice and tall, we're gonna slide our legs out, closing the inner thighs here. And then when you pull them back in, we're gonna fold in the hips to drag the heels towards you. The object of the game is to work from your hips and keep your posture nice and tall. So we'll start with just fingertips on the floor. Press out, sit up, lift up, ribs away from hips, pull it all the way in. And again, stretch, squeeze inner thighs. Good. And stretch. And pull. It's as awkward as it looks, believe me. Pull. Good. If you want more of a challenge, bring your arms out to the side. Pull it back in. Elbows lifted. Trying to find that T. There we go, somewhere in there. Good. All the way in. Good. One more time out. You can leave your arms here or leave them down. Hold it here. We're going to see if we can lift a leg and lower it. Lift a leg and lower it. Lift a leg. This ankle weight's way too heavy. Good. Keep going. Lift your right leg up. And lower. Good. And right. And left. And right. Oh, much better. And left. Now we're balanced. I didn't think it was 5 pounds, but I didn't think it could be 3 pounds. Who knows? Going for 4 more. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Turn your legs to parallel. Take a stretch over those legs. Relax, breathing. Yes. Good. All right, we're gonna roll up through the spine. Transition down onto your side. We're gonna take ourselves all the way down onto the side to begin. So think of having your arm underneath your neck, head for a little cushion. And then bend your knees up so they're pointing to the front of your mat. Your heels are in line with your seat back here so they're not forward, they're just in line. We're gonna do a little clamshell. Now the goal for the clamshell first and foremost is to get your top hip stacked over your bottom hip. And then we're gonna open the top knee only as far as we can, which is probably not gonna be super far. It's not for me at least. If you go really far, often it means you're rolling backwards. So make sure your hips stay stable. And then we're just gonna open the top knee and close. Find the engagement. It's like if you put your index finger here on the side of your hip and your thumb towards the center of your glute or any approximation thereof, you want those fingers to be shortening together and then lengthening apart. Squeezing, like a little pinch, a little goose, if you will. Good, squeeze. And in. Long in the waist, feeling a sense of lift underneath. We go for 4. And all the way. Good. And 3. And in. Very nice. And 2. And in. And 1. Good. Now staying down here, lift the whole leg up. Keep the heel in line with the knee. Slowly lower it down. If you're working with an ankle weight, you're definitely gonna feel this like right away. If you're not working with an ankle weight, just pay attention to the pause at the top. That's where the work is done, right there. Good, and lower. We go for 4. Bring it all the way down. And 3. All the way down, good. 2. And lower. Really nice. Last one. And lower. Okay, hold it. My son said, hey mom, you know if your hip is really hot, sore, and you punch it, it feels better? It's like, why is that a thing that every human being knows? You need to punch it a little, you can. It's okay. All right, we're gonna lift stuck in the Velcro, lift the top knee up. We're gonna pull it in and kick it way out. Now I'm gonna use my hand in front for a little support because it's already burning. Fold in the hip, press the heel back, and see if you can press it towards the back corner of your mat so you get a little hamstring engaged. Good. Pull it in, press it back. That's it. Pull it in, press it back. You can pull it in towards your elbow if you like. That works. Press it back. One more. We're almost there. Pull it in. Press it back, hold it back behind you, little pulses with the heel, and heel, and heel. We can't use our foot. We're sure as hell gonna get the rest of our legs strong, right? Right. Go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, regretting my choices. Here we go, lower it down, press yourself up. I want you to take that leg across and just give yourself a little pretzel stretch. If it's not working for you, you can always just send the other leg forward. Okay, or keep it curled under. Good. Hold it here. Are you putting a weight on, Tracy? Is that what you said? Awesome. Don't leave me alone, you know? All right, come around to the other side. Oh my goodness. Roll out your hip a little bit and then come on down with me. Bending. Oi. There we go. All right, head resting, heels back in line. The second side is always a little more challenging because we just worked the first, you know? All right, so we go. Open, no movement in the hips. Close. Now, if you're just like creaking your hip open, just please let it be as open as it can be. That's really purely working your range of motion right now. We definitely want to find the edge of that range. We want to get to the shortened contraction of the muscle. But if it's not super big, we're not going to judge it. Go big or go home is like so 2000. Bleh. We're not doing it, yeah? We are doing show up for myself, be in service of what I'm working with today, supporting my mental and physical health, because without those things, what do I have? Just other people's opinions, quite honestly. Good. It's been a very funky week, as you can imagine, and walking the dog has been a nightmare. And I feel bad because he keeps looking at me like, what is your problem, lady? Yesterday, last one, I was able to walk him with the crutch and hold on to the fence and just walk around the perimeter of the fence, which was fine one time through, but then he was over it. We're just gonna lift it up and lower. He's at home today, so I got to get myself a cup of coffee before class and just get settled. Good, so we're lifting in that little pause at the top and lower. Good, lift. Get it up there and then hold it and lower, good. Hold it. We go 3, 2, and 1. Good, rest it for a moment, then we're gonna do the extension. Are you ready? All right, lift it up, we bring it in, and then we send it way back. In, send it way back. Ooh, clicky, clicky. Good. Reach. My left leg is usually my weaker leg of the two. It's been quite the workout. It's like, hello. Normally I get to come along for the ride. Now you're in charge, man. Good. 3 more. Reach. 2. Good. Last one. Remember, we got to pulse it up. Reach it all the way out there. Lift. Lift. Good. Up. And up. And up. And up. We go for 4 more. 3. And 2. And 1. And lower it down. Climb your way up. Cross it over. Take that stretch. Woo. Here, I'm going to bring you all down with me. Oh, she's getting the weights. Solidarity. Oopsie. Keep stretching. Oh. Ah. It's not happening today. So tight. We're coming down on our backs next. We need to. All right, let's swing it around. We're gonna do a little bit of core support work. All right, from here, we're gonna start rolling it down, hands behind your legs, and then let's curl back slowly. Take it towards your sacrum, okay? We're gonna just pulse it back, down, and down, and down. Little curl, little deepening. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up, and then just open your legs to a diamond and stretch forward. Breathing in and out. Bring your legs close again. Let's roll back a little farther. So come down to your sacrum. Maybe go down to the lowest part of your waist and then just a little pulse here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and curl all the way up. Again, open your legs, take a stretch. Breathe in and out. Good, here we go again, rolling back. Find it. All right, find that place that's on your low waist where we just were. We're gonna just lift one leg up, lower it down. Alternate and lower. So use your hands if you like. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. We got it. Reach and down. Reach and down. One more each side. Woo! And good. Last one. And go all the way down to your back. Resting here. We're gonna walk our heels in close towards our sits bones because we're going into a bridge. I'm gonna stay on my heels. You can definitely put your feet all the way down. Actually, I might do 1 and 1 here. So from here, let's rock back. Low waist goes to the mat. Press evenly through your feet. Start to roll up through your spine. Open your hips at the top, engage your glutes. Let's even take our little hands right back here. Give yourself a push up to the top so you feel the stretch in the front of the hips, the engagement in the back of the legs, and we'll take it slowly down through the chest, rolling through each bone, through the rib cage, and then all the way down and out through the tail. I'm gonna walk my feet in a little closer. Ready, set, and roll up. Oh yeah, I have tendonitis too, I forgot about that. It was the laundry list. I got yelled at. What are you gonna do? Go ahead and roll down. It's hard because when movement is your mental health support too, or at least one aspect of it, you know, you just want to do it all the time. Go in your bridge again, all the way up. Pressing down. Let the weights on your ankles, if you're using them, just really ground through your feet. Open your chest, press through your arms at the top, lift a little higher, and then all the way down. Good. We're gonna go one more time all the way up to the top. Here we go. Rolling through the spine. Come up nice and tall. Now we're just gonna pulse from the hip, up and up, up. Every pulse gets you a little higher, gets you a little more into those legs. Just settle in, keep pulsing with the beat. Good, up and up and up and up. We go for 8, 7, and 4, 3, 2, roll it down slowly. Good. All right, whether or not you are wearing an ankle weight, it doesn't actually matter. What matters is we're gonna work through this next one with the sense of resistance. So if it's the resistance from the weight, so be it. If you're not wearing a weight, I want you to think of the room being made of like a solid substance like peanut butter or slime or mud or something sticky that you have to really push through, because we're gonna work on our knee extension and hip work, okay? So the first thing we do is fold in the hip to bring our leg to tabletop here. And then we're just gonna extend the knee up as high as we can. And then keeping the thigh bone there, slowly lower it down. And when I say slow, I want you to really do it slow because we're gonna find the work of the knee. So we're going up, all the way, and down. 2, 3, 4, and up. Again, usually nothing on the first couple reps, and then lots. If you need to use your hand on the back of your leg to support yourself, that's okay. You're just doing this with your own leg, and no resistance, no boot, no weight. It's still enough, okay? Good, right around these muscles. I like to think, we used to call them knee curtains, one of my clients did. It's a little pulley system. So as the leg goes down, the muscles lengthen. As the foot goes up, the muscles pull this way. We used to say it's like lifting the curtain on the knee. I don't know if that makes sense. We're kind of upside down for it. We got 4 more. All the way up. And lower. Really nice. 3. Can you feel those little tingles happening around your knee? Good. 2 more. Reach. And lower. Last one. Press it all the way up. Good. And lower. Excellent. Pull your knee into your chest and go ahead and lengthen the other leg down as low as you like on the mat. Just give it a little hug in. We're going to take it across the body, a little stretch. You can let the hip lift off as you pull to the opposite shoulder, to the opposite side of the body. And then replace your hips all the way down. Open out to the side. Get that inner thigh stretch. Good. Now it's up to you. You can either keep your knee bent and draw circles on the ceiling, or you can go up to an extended position. If you do have a weight, I suggest you have your arms out a little wider. So you're either down or up. We're crossing midline. This is not going to be a huge circle all the way around. It feels like this looks ridiculous. I wonder if it does. It's all good. Round. Good. Cross. Use your exhale to sink down into the mat for 2. Last one. Reverse. Take it out to the side and around. Ooh, a whole new challenge for that hip. I don't know if it's happy right now, but I know it will be. Good. Excellent. 2. and 1. All right, bend your knee to tabletop, hands behind your leg. We're gonna push your hamstring into your hands and then curl up just as high as you can, and then roll all the way back down, pull the knee into the chest. Push your thigh into your leg, curl up, all the way back down. Now, if you feel like you can come up higher, and it's possible, do that. Press it, use your leg strength as much as you can to bring your upper body up. It is a little abdominal, but much easier with the reach of the leg. Come all the way in. Good, one more time, press it, reach it, all the way down. Lower that foot down, bend the other one in. We're gonna go right into a bridge again, so roll it up to the top, press it to the highest height you have, and then roll all the way down. Let that back release. Notice the difference between the two hip joints. Maybe you feel a little more open on the one we just worked. Rolling down through the spine. Like to get that little massage at the top. 2 more times, roll it through. Press the hips nice and high. Roll all the way down. We're going for 1 more, everybody. Here we go. Curl it under. We're holding it up, little pulses at the top. We go. Lift, lift. Right from here, we call it the smile line, where your glutes meet your hamstrings. Just keep pulsing for 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2. We roll down slow. Good. Pull that knee into your chest for a moment. Find it in tabletop. Use your hands if you need to. If not, just keep it there. We're going up to the top and then lowering down. About 4 counts if you're paying attention. So press, 3, 4, lower. Again, thinking about those muscles around our knee pulling up to the hip and then lengthening as we go all the way down. Reach it and lower and reach and lower. Couple more. Reach it up. Lower it down. Good. Just focusing right in around your quad. Certainly you're gonna feel some hamstring stretch too for most of us, but it's what brings it into the stretch that's important for this one. Give me 1 more. Up to the top. Bend it down. We're gonna hug it in for a moment. Just give it a little hug. Extend the opposite leg down on the mat if you can, and then just take your little twist here. Stretching through the back of the leg. Opening out to the side, exchanging hands, opening the knee. We're gonna get ready to go into our leg circles. Again, you can use the knee bent and just circle your thigh bone, or we can extend it up. Are you ready? We're gonna cross, woo, a whole new world, and cross. So these leg circles, they're a Pilates exercise, and they're absolutely to juice up the hip joint, but it's also to challenge the stability of your torso. Can you draw that circle without letting anything go? Let's reverse. And certainly, there's a lot of action happening from the abdominals, the obliques, the shoulders, trying to keep my neck out of it. Good. 2. And the last one. Bend it, take your hands behind it. Here we go. Press the leg into the hands, curl it up to any amount, and then roll back down. And again, press to curl, just trying to find that little accent, that little lift, that little opposition. So a lot of times when we get up to the point where we're starting to lift off the mat, our leg stops working. I want you to push it harder here. Good. All the way down. All the way up. All the way down. On the next one, I want you to press in and then do whatever you need to do to come up to a seated position all the way to the top. Sometimes that can help you get there, sometimes not. All right, we've worked a little on the quads. We're gonna take our hands down by our sides now, and then from here, we're just gonna glue our inner thighs together. I want you to kick one leg up, lower down, kick the other leg up, lower down. So as we're in this stance, press up out of your shoulders and then kick and lower, kick and lower. We're gonna grow and build on this, so just do the best you can. Good. Keep pressing your forearms down. Mine are a little stretched back there, so if you need to take them out of an extreme position, please do that. Good. Press and lower, press and lower. Good. All right, we're gonna add on from this. So we're lifting the front leg up. We're gonna slide it down along the inside of the opposite leg. We're gonna lift up, that's from the hip, deep in the hip socket, and then bend the knee down. Let's do it slow on the other side. So we reach it out, slide it down, lift it up, and nothing ideally changes within the whole situation. Okay, so reconnect to your position. We lift up, we slide down, we lift it up, we bend it in. Again, lift it up. Lots of good hip work here. Good. Again, lift it up and down and press and bend. Nice work. Lift, reach out, lift it up, lower down. Couple more. Reach it up, slide down, up and lower and lift, slide down, reach up. One more each side, okay? Keep it close. Your inner thigh can be a helper here. Up and lower and lift and good. Roll it all the way down. Take your arms overhead. Just take a stretch for your chest here. You want to reach those arms overhead and then do a little, we call it dead bug. So just bending your elbows, keeping your hands as close to the mat as possible, bringing your elbows into your side and then extending your arms, and we'll do that again, reaching up to go back. Big stretch along the sides of the body and then bend your elbows to come all the way down. Wee, a little shaky there. Let's go one more time, because we've got one more exercise to do in that little forklift position. So bring it all the way down. Let's curl up again. Walk yourself up onto your elbows. Fix your bra. And then we're gonna be here once again with your legs out. This time we're gonna kick it up. We're gonna reach it down to the outside of your mat. There we go. And then bring it up and then bend it down, okay? So we extend it all the way up. We press down to the outside of your mat. You lift up with the inner thigh and you lower down. We're working right in here in this hip joint, okay? So we go up, diagonal down, inner thighs squeeze back to center, lower down. And again, like, you don't need an ankle weight or a boot or anything. You're gonna feel the weight of your legs. So we go up and open, lift and down, good. Up, open, reach, lift it up, lower down, up, breathe, lifting and lowering, almost there. Good. One more time on each side. Excellent. Last one, extend, reach it down, lift it up. Good. Extend your legs forward, press yourself up, and just take a stretch over your legs. Breathe for a moment. Yes. All right, the last one we're gonna do is all the way down on our back. Same position of our knees. It's the last little variation. So our legs are a little bit, they're bent, but not as close as you can towards your heels, so they're out here. We're gonna extend the right leg or the front leg long,
Bring it out to the side that where we just did, and then let it turn out. So your toes are rotated out, your heel is towards the midline, and you're gonna draw a little half moon to bring your inner thigh towards your opposite leg. But instead of your toes pointing up this time, they're pointing out, and then we're gonna lower it all the way down, okay? Bend your elbows, make fists so you can keep your upper body really stable. Press down into your supporting leg, squeeze up, lower down. It's a little half rainbow, up and lower. Lift, try to keep your hips stable, try to keep your opposite hip down. Good. Little arc and lower and lift and lower. 2 more times. Up. Good. On the last one, lift it up to stay, rotate it in, bend it down. Woo. Get ready for the other side. We extend, turn it out, lower and lift. I did that an opposite way, but we're okay. Same difference. So we lower and lift and down. Nice and stable in every other aspect of your torso. Good. Reach up. We go for 4 and lift. 3. Good. 2. And last one. All the way up, rotate it in, bend it down, and then let your knees open up for a second. Just take a little stretch there. Woo. Happy hips, happy hips. Okay, we're going to go ahead and come over onto our hands and knees. So just close on up and make your way into a quadruped position here. All right, so let's take a little rest for the legs for just a second and go into a little spine stretch. We're gonna open up the top arm, and then I want you to snake it through and just find that thread, the needle. Hang here for a second, feel where you need to be stretching, where you need to be attending to. Big breath in, big breath out, press into your standing arm. Bring it up again, lower it down, other side, reach it up, and thread the needle through, and stay there. Breathing in and out, feeling where you need that stretch. Good, get ready to stand into your supporting arm, stretch it up, and lower down. Now this time, we're gonna reach it up, but instead of going straight through, we're gonna go right through your legs actually, and lower your shoulder down and look over to your opposite hand. Sometimes this can be a stretch that we need. If it's not for you, that's okay. You can go back to the first one. Standing into the top arm, reach it up again, bring it all the way down, go to the other side, lift it up, and then thread the needle right through your legs, turn your head to the opposite side. Just a different angle for the shoulder, yeah? Good. And then bring it all the way up to the side and all the way down. All right, open your knees nice and wide. Take the best rest pose you can. Sitting back to your heels, letting your belly go for a second. Letting breath happen in the whole lower aspect of your body, your torso. Shifting your hands over to the right side and let your hips reach to the left. And then go to the other side. Shifting over, hips to the right, hands to the left. Good. All right, we've got one more little work phase here. So we're gonna come back up onto your hands and knees. You can always go down on forearms, or if you need a chair or a little more support, please take it. We're gonna extend the leg. That's what we're calling the front leg. And from here, push into the mat. Feel your hips square to the ground. And we're gonna lift up to hip height and then lower it down to touch. Your big toe is pointing straight down to the ground. You're not turning out for this one. So we're lifting and lowering. And that means it might not go very high. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. up, and down. It gets a little tedious sooner rather than later. Good. And up, and down, and lift, and lower, almost. One more time, we're gonna lift it up, we're gonna lower it down. Now, take your back hand, your opposite hand down into the forearm. Keep the support through both arms, but then turn your leg out. Then we lift it up and lower down, kind of like we did to the rebounder the other day. So this time your toes pointing towards me if you're facing me. Mine's pointing towards you. Good. Just staying nice and stable. Good. We're gonna do 3 more. We go up and lower. 2. On this last one, we're gonna hold it up there for a moment. Hold it up there. We go little bend, little stretch, little bend, little stretch, little bend, little stretch. Try to keep your knee lifting up. Good. Bend, stretch. Woo! Again, regretting my choices, but I know it's good for me. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring it all the way back down. Now, you can choose to go back into a rest pose here. If it's possible to come forward into like a little pigeon-y pose, then please be my guest. If you've never done this one before, you don't need to do it. You go back into that rest pose, shift towards the leg you just worked. This just felt necessary for a moment. Whew. We're here for 4, 3, 2, and push into those hands, and then make your way back onto hands and legs. Maneuver, maneuver, maneuver. All right, we're back into hip extension. Energize your upper body. Look your gaze forward of your hands. Reach your opposite leg back. Stabilize through your center, lift, and lower. So when I say stabilize through your center, it just means try to create stillness in your torso so that the work we feel is pure leg. Or I should say the movement we feel is pure leg, because there's definitely work in the torso right now. I'm not gonna lie about that. Good. Up. Remember, we're not trying to lift the highest, we're just trying to get to that point of resistance, getting into our glute. We go for 4, and lower, 3, and down, 2, and 1, and lower. Go ahead and lower down onto your forearm of that opposite leg. Dial your heel down, and then we lift and lower. Up and down. Lift and lower. Up and good. We go for 4, 3, 2, one more time, everybody. Last one. Little bend, little stretch. Little bend, little stretch. Little bend, little stretch. Woo! Good. We go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower it all the way down. Take your stretch, either shifting your hips back into a rest pose. If you can bring yourself into a little pigeon and want to, go for it. Woo! All right, when we're ready, let's make our way down to a seated position. We're gonna go ahead and come down onto our backs with our knees bent. Gather up your right leg, let your heel hang. We're gonna extend it all the way up and just give it a gentle tug in towards the center for the hamstrings. Breathing. Good. Release out of your stretch. If you'd like to stretch the bottom leg, you can, and then just cross the body over. So you're just letting your leg fall into your hand. Maybe you're pulling it across. It's just reaching towards the diagonal, either towards your opposite shoulder or beyond it. Don't forget to breathe. Good. Bring it back to center, exchange hands, and then we're going to take it out to the side, and I'm just giving myself a little pedestal with my arm here to support that leg. Good. Now from here, bend up your bottom knee as you bend your top leg. Rest your ankle across the knee. And this might be enough stretch for you. Or we'll reach through and grab onto the opposite leg. And we'll just hang here. We're gonna take a little extra time in the figure four today because we did a lot of outer hip work. Think about drawing the leg into you a little bit, releasing it a little bit, trying to find some motion within the stretch. No forcing, just kind of working with your breath. Feeling where the release wants to happen, where the resistance is. Good. All right, let's release the bottom foot down. Before we go to the other side, take your top leg down, widen your legs, let your knees go to, if you just work the right leg, you're going to the left and vice versa. And then you can reach your same arm as the leg you just worked overhead. If you want, you can take your top ankle of your opposite leg onto the leg we just worked. Get a little stretch through the hip, through the side body. Just breathing. Good. Let's bend our arm, release the ankle if it's on top, and then press all the way in, going into the little hamstring stretch on the other side. So just giving it a little pull and a little release.
And there's no way I can fix it, but you're also leaving me behind.
And then from here, if you want to extend your leg, go for it. You can take your leg across a little. Finding that outer thigh stretch.
Just a few more
Bring it across your center, exchange arms and legs, open it up to the side. Calming down that hip.
like dancing on a wire.
Good. We're gonna go ahead and bend the knee, bend the bottom leg up, cross the ankle over the knee. This might be enough, or thread your needle to find your leg and just breathe.
Won't you stay? Won't you stay?
Good. Release it all the way down.
Won't you
Take your legs wide. Let your knees point away from the leg that you just worked. If you want to take your ankle on top of that knee, you can. Reaching the arm overhead. Good. We'll release, and then today, we're gonna finish with a little back extension. So let's come onto our chest carefully. Easier said than done. And then we're here with our hands in a wide W. You can let your legs be however you want them to be. If they want to be wide, just make sure your hips are long as you start this action. Slide your shoulders away from your ears. Feel your upper back bend. Lift up as high as you like. And then slowly lower all the way down. Let's just do about 5 of these, and I want to encourage you to find your way through these. So equal in the hands, a stretch that feels good for you, something that feels like it's completing our time together today. Remembering to breathe and finishing up our last one. Once you're done, go ahead and come all the way back up. Let's come back to our diamond that we had at the beginning. Woo. And we'll just take a little stretch forward like we did at the beginning. So rounding over. Seeing what's there for us. Hopefully feel a little deeper. Coming back. Lifting your chest. Taking it over to the side. Over to the other side. Good. Good. And a deep breath in to finish, reaching your arms up. Exhaling all the way down. All right, my friends. What a fun way to finish the week. So I'll see you on Thursday in the chat whilst I rest and not bounce, but while you bounce. Reminding you that Monday is the only class for next week, so we'll be off on Thursday as I'll be traveling to wed my sister, not me, but wed her to her fiance. And as always, don't forget to qualify. Why did the movement matter to you today? I know for me, it's just a constant affirmation that I can do some things, that they're possible in the life. Thank you. Thank you, Colleen. Colleen says, I admire your ability to adapt, such grace under physical adversity. I love you too, Colleen, for sure. It is like the only choice. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a lot of crying on camera, and I don't think anybody wants this. It's only 3, possibly 4 weeks. I just keep telling myself that. It's September. What happens in September? I mean, some things do. But we can do this. We can do this, and I hope that all of this serves as a really important reminder for us that, you know, there's such a common situation, which is when someone, specifically a woman, is hurt or compromised, there is a directive to rest, which is wonderful. But often it's rest, but there's not a consideration for all of the things that she does in her life. And so I think far too many times women are left to figure it out on their own. And that is a really frustrating, lonely place. So my hope is that while we figure it out together, and I talk about some of the things that I'm doing and sharing some of my solutions, that it'll remind us that as a community, we're really strong. That the directive to rest is important, but there's also a real acknowledgement that there needs to be consideration made. It's very challenging, almost more challenging than resting, to just drop everything, but that we have options. And so we're gonna be creative with our solutions. We're gonna work together and we're gonna get through this. We're gonna come back stronger than ever. Thank you so much. Dick, you are my hero, man. I really appreciate it, everybody. I really do. It was important to show up today. Have a wonderful rest of your week and weekend. Big love to all of you, and I'll see you in the chat on Monday.